it too soon, you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving.
In our project, we're going to be testing Betty Crocker Super Moist Yellow Cake Mix in the 3 different pans: metal, aluminum disposable, and glass.
So we're going to be using 3 kinds of pans. The first one is an aluminum 8-inch round pan. And as you see, it's very shallow, so we would only be filling up about half the depth right here. So the second pan we're going to be using is disposable aluminum pan. It's 13 by 9 inches. And the third pan we're going to be using is the glass pan. And this glass pan is also 13 by 9 inches. As you would see, the glass pan is the thickest out of all 3 pans. The second thickest would be the round aluminum pan, and the thinnest is the disposable aluminum.
Hop all on the sweets, it's such a pretty sight. It makes the food taste a treat, but my tummy hurts all night.
I'll put in some ingredients, but keep the rest for me. I'm not just disobedient, I'm careful, can't you see?
It's a piece of cake to make a pretty cake.
If the way is hazy,
You gotta do the cooking by the book.
you know you can't be lazy.
Never use a messy recipe.
The cake will end up crazy.
If you do the cooking by the book,
Then you'll have a cake. We gotta have it made. You know that I love cake. Finally, it's time to make a cake.
Making food is just like science, with tools that blend and base. And every fine appliance gives the food a different taste.
it's a piece of cake to make a pretty cake.
If the way is hazy,
You gotta do the cooking by the book.
you know you can't be lazy.
Never use a messy recipe.
The cake will end up crazy.
If you do the cooking by the book,
And you'll have a cake. We gotta have it made. You know that I love cake. Finally, it's time to make a cake.
Making food is just like science, with tools that blend and base. And every fine appliance gives the food a different taste.
it's a piece of cake to make a pretty cake.
If the way is hazy,
You gotta do the cooking by the book.
you know you can't be lazy.
Never use a messy recipe.
The cake will end up crazy.
If you do the cooking by the book,
Then you'll have a cake. We gotta have it made.
So as you can see, the cake in the aluminum pan is much lighter than the other 2.
And if you get closer, you can see that the texture on the top of the cakes, in the aluminum cake pan, the texture is smooth and there's not as many air bubbles. In the glass pan, you can see that there's a few more air bubbles that occurred during the cooking. And then in the disposable aluminum pan, you can see that there's a very rough texture, many air bubbles at the top.
Little slices. Cut the cake in little slices. It looks real good. Cut the cake in little slices. Cut the cake so we can eat it. Cut the cake in little slices. It looks so good. Cut the cake, little slices. Yummy! I like cake.
This is the aluminum baking pan, this is the glass pan, and this is the disposable aluminum pan. Now we see that for the aluminum baking pan, there is some remains of the cake stuck around here, but in general it came out pretty well. For the glass pan, a lot of it is still here, and the disposable pan, most of it came off. It's okay.
That's fine.
Which cake did you like the best?
So I just say, like, I like the first one the best.
Which was the aluminum pan?
Because it was the most moist and had the best flavor and wasn't as flaky as the other ones.
I liked the first one the best. I don't really know what to do with my hands, but I don't know. The first one was just like it was more moist. I think the other ones are kind of more dry and flaky. Yeah.
I like the first cake better. It's more moist than the other two, and it tastes better.
The first one was better. Definitely had more flavor. Definitely more moist. The other ones seemed kind of dry. Seemed like they've been cooked a little too long or something. That's